All right, hopefully it's working. I don't know if it's working or not. It's just blank. Okay. All right, I can see myself. What's good, y'all? Let me go over real quick. Okay. I wanted to do today's show on a limb. It's like a spur of the moment show. Um, what I want to talk about on today's broadcast, and I'm gonna rename the whole show and shit. I want to talk about the word incel, and I want to talk a little bit about black people and you know, I wouldn't say MGTOW, but just the terminologies and stuff. One of the biggest things that you guys are gonna see on a lot of people's Facebooks. I wouldn't say Facebook. I said Facebook. One of the things that you're gonna see in a lot of black YouTube videos is people mispronouncing and misdefining the word incel. And the word incel comes from the word involuntary celibate. So what I want to let you guys know is that when you guys are, like on these panels and shit, because the end of Google Hangouts is here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all only got a couple of days to really, you know what I'm saying, mess with Google Hangouts, and it's gone. Real content creators, they're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have to step up to the plate. And that's where the fuck I'm gonna come in. That's where this channel is gonna come in. So we're gonna go live on August the 1st. And we're gonna pop some champagne. We're gonna talk our shit. You understand what I'm saying? We're just gonna be chilling. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is a couple of the terminologies. Actually, what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna actually write down the terminologies that I want to go over with you guys, and I'm gonna go over with you how in the black sector of things, like the black manosphere, how they're gonna be taken out of context. A lot of black people don't know the different algorithms and the different word variations of like MGTOW and stuff. They're too late on information. Black people are late on information. That's why it's not bad to actually sit up there and actually watch a little bit of white media or learn a little bit about the white manosphere, because then you can learn a thing or two about the black manosphere. You know what I'm saying? I kind of take color out of it. It is going to be what it is. But I do understand that when it comes down to the black sector of things, they like to put color into it. And a lot of times they like to misrepresent or diagnose a lot of things, or just don't know the words or the meaning of certain words. And one of the words that you're gonna hear is incels. You got a lot of women, that are jumping into the black manosphere and throwing a lot of confusion into the black manosphere. And one of the words that you're gonna hear is incel. You're an incel. So as black people, we gotta understand that we live in a hypersexualized environment or over-sexualized environment. And it's perpetuated on both sides, but it's definitely perpetuated by the women. And what they're gonna do is that to shame you, they're gonna try to use terminology and things that they just now learn against you, and they themselves don't know what the fuck it is, because black people in general really don't know what the fuck it is. There's only really a select few that understand what they're talking about. They're gonna call you an incel. You're gonna have a lot of women out here calling you an incel. And that means you're involuntary celibate. That means that, what they want it to mean is that, you don't get no pussy. You understand what I'm saying? But thing is, if you're not getting pussy, that don't means that you're not a nigga that gets pussy. There's certain times you go through a drought, And then they got something called femcells. And that's females that are celibate or involuntary celibate. Another word that I want to go over with you guys is called tradcons. And that word is short for traditional conservative. Because I think that's I've talked about this word before on my podcast. That's a very that's a very peculiar word that you really want to learn going forward, because what you guys are gonna have in the Black Manosphere, you guys are gonna have a lot of women coming over saying, "Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I agree with you. I follow your rhetoric and all this other shit." And she gonna push whatever she talking about, and not even whatever she's talking about. She's gonna agree with what you're talking about. She's gonna be like a pick me, and she's gonna agree with what you're talking about long enough before she starts to get her own shit off. So there's different words and terminologies that I want you guys to look up, and we're just gonna get into the game, and we're gonna get into the science, of what we're talking about. But for now, you know what I'm saying, we're just shooting the shit, man. It's Player Talk Radio, it's Player Talk TV. I am in the building. It's DJ Kuda back at the helm of today's show. I'm not gonna have a really long show for you guys tonight. Might get into a little mix and then bounce. I got a show that I gotta do tomorrow, which is we're gonna talk a little bit more about what we just discussed. Incels. We're gonna talk a little bit about femcells. We're gonna talk a little bit about tradcons. Just a whole bunch of different things that we're gonna discuss. So I want you guys to really be abreast to the type of game that we're gonna be chopping up. It will make it a lot easier, for us to move forward and get this game. So look, without further ado, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the mix, and then I'm gonna just come back. I'm gonna rap to y'all a little bit, and then I'm gonna take my ass to sleep, because it's about that time. I was actually up because I was watching Minister Japs live and making sure he made it home safe and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Minister Jap, he be out here in the field and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, as brothers, we got to watch after him, This past couple week, you see a lot of people, disregarding that man's, disregarding his well-being. And a lot of times too, man, we gotta understand, yeah, that shit is like, I guess there's some shock value into it, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are now hearing about him, or invested into his brand and stuff. But we gotta understand the type of I took my grill out. Where the fuck is my grill? My bad, y'all. Oh, anyway, we gotta understand the type of effect that can have on a person, whether real or not. So I it's my duty to check up on that brother and make sure he makes it safe home, because he do be out here in the field and stuff like that. But to a degree, you know what I'm saying, some real game. A lot of times being out here in the field is overrated, and you don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage, even when it comes to being on the internet and stuff like that. Yeah, you could be in the streets, yeah, you could be well known, but you know what I'm saying, don't let these niggas drive you into a headspace where you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's one of my clips. I told her let her walk because she ain't going nowhere. But anyway, don't let these niggas drive you into a headspace where, you know what I'm saying, where you end up doing some dumb shit, or end up getting yourself into some more shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though you out there in the game doing you know what I'm saying? You got to just really take it as how it goes, take it with a grain of salt. And, Jap knows what's going on and stuff like that. It's just, you really passionate about your brand and things like that. When you really passionate, it could really fuck with your head. You know what I'm saying? It could make you take that extra shot or that extra drink, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That should be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You got all these fans and stuff, and something like that happens to you, you start to feel like the world is against you. So I want to send a shout out to my boy Minister Jap. Hopefully that brother get home safe. We have the church in the AM. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man. I should get into some shit where it's like smooth talking love jams. Let me play something from my group, from my girls. You know what I'm saying? Cut Close, man. You know, this is a really good, song. If y'all know who Keith Sweat is and stuff, and y'all should know Cut Close. They're the girls that sang Twisted. You know what I'm saying? They did the hook. Them was his girls, you know what I'm saying? They had one really good R&B album, which is a dope-ass album. And it had some really good cuts off the album. So I'm going to play a cut off that album because nobody's playing this shit right now. If they let me have my own R&B show, real talk, I can bring back Black Love with just one R&B show. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, man, let's get this Player Talk Radio. Let's get into it. Sexual Baby. Man, let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. It's Player Talk Radio. Email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. Let's get it. All right, man. We back in the building, man. It's DJ Kuda back at the helm of today's show. I was about to call myself Drake. God damn it. All right, man. Yeah, that was Cut Close, Sexual Baby, man. You probably never hear that song ever again because that was their only album. I think it dropped in like early 90s and stuff like that. You know, R&B and shit was different during the early 90s and shit. But, you know, we're gonna have a good show today. Hopefully you guys, you know, you come check me out fully, man. I'm gonna be, you know, in the building. Probably might do the show like around 11, 12 o'clock. So we're gonna talk about the different terminologies and things like that. Also, if you get a chance, you know, subscribe, like and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Scroll down. I got a lot of good content and stuff like that. You know, that Pimp series, man, there's a 3-part series that I put out about, you know, the origins of the PI. And I actually really spoiled you guys with a lot of game. You know what I'm saying? I actually gave you guys like the blueprint, you know, to what's really going on in the game, and you know how a lot of women are looking at the things that they're doing that they would actually call a lifestyle, which is just a game. You know what I'm saying? I said it multiple times, man. I love weird women. I love odd, weird women. They're the closest women that have personalities. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when a woman takes herself too seriously, man, you know, she ends up looking stupid in the end, because in a lot of cases, you know, you're taking risks and there's going to be a lot of failure on the way. And a woman that doesn't take herself too seriously, she is the type that can get to humble herself, sit back, assess what's going on, and go at it, and, you know, get the type of things that she wants out of the game. Auto Chris, what's good, bro? What's going on? That's my boy. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of those women, you know, don't, like, bitch, don't take yourself too goddamn seriously. You know what I'm saying? It's just life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these broads be taking themselves seriously, and then when they fall short, you know what I'm saying? They looking for niggas to, you know, save them or pull them out of something, or, you know, a lot of these broads, they don't really think realistic, you know? And, you know, as women nowadays, man, you guys are put into a fucking headspace where you think you should take everything seriously, man. Honestly, to a certain degree, women know that there's a cap on what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? That they can't take everything fucking serious, because you don't look at life in a realistic sense. That's where picking a man comes into play. You're not, no matter how much you try, you're not gonna look at life realistically, because a piece of you like the privilege of not taking responsibility and things like that. A piece of you have to understand that there's a value in you not taking responsibility. There's a cause and effect in you not always being subject to be taking, you know, what you're going through responsibly, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers get away with murder and shit like that, you know. But, you know, I don't fucking know what to tell y'all, man. You know. But like I said, later on we're gonna have the show today where we're talking about the terminologies. Black people don't know what the fuck incel means. They're using it in the wrong sense. We gotta go over femcells. We're gonna go over tradcons. Auto Chris, if you're still in the room, let me know some other terminologies that need to be cleared up, because now you got a lot of women that are going to be rushing into the manosphere even more. You know, now that Google Hangouts is going to be gone. Another thing too, because Google Hangouts did do a lot of the heavy lifting for y'all niggas. But another thing too is Minister Jap said something tonight, which was something that I said a minute ago too, which was one of the deaths and fall of the black manosphere, or just cause of a fallout in the black manosphere, was Google Hangouts. You had people that really wasn't talented that can host a panel. People are gonna argue, and then it kind of just, you you know, and y'all see me on these panels and stuff. I haven't been arguing lately. That's a good thing. But, you know, it creates, alpha and beta. That's another one. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a different name for alpha and beta. They got the, I wouldn't say the select, but they got the educated lame and the pookies and the ray rays and stuff like that. And, you know, the alpha and beta argument actually came from women. And it was really divisive. But to a certain degree, women do look at niggas as alpha beta. But to their right, they call you beta just because they don't like you. That is definitely true. But you know, I kind of really don't entertain that conversation because I've been on panels and stuff with Obsidian and all, you know, all these other dudes. We've been talking about like alpha and beta and shit. And it's like, it makes no sense because women are fucking both of them. Women want both. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't have to know what a bitch want, but all I know for sure is one thing. Women want more. And it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. Alpha or beta. Now, their use for both is slight. I wouldn't say slightly different, but the thing is that both ain't wifing them up. You know what I'm saying? The game is to trick the beta or the blue-pilled man into wifing them up once he gets a good job, can sustain himself and stuff like that. Then she can get herself a trick for life. But every once in a while, she'll tip off and go sleep with an alpha. You understand what I'm saying? And then on the other side of the board, the game is to get the alpha to fucking act like the beta male. But the alpha sees how you treat the beta male, and he's like, why the fuck would I do that? And at the same time, too, he's like, you know, that's not me. I'm something totally different, you know? Women like men that don't listen, that goes against the rules, that, you know what I'm saying? That just belligerent and shit like that. They love those type of guys, you know what I'm saying? And then when that nigga doesn't listen to her, goes against her rules, belligerent towards her, she doesn't like that, but to a certain degree it turns her on because that's what initially got her attracted to that nigga in the first place. Anyway, not all alpha males act like that and shit like that, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you personally, Auto Chris, but people in general. Now, one thing that they're underestimating and that they don't bring up in these topics is that the internet has made men hybrids. So you have a lot of alpha beta men out here, and then you have a lot of beta alpha guys out here. You know what I'm saying? And there's been, you know, several times where I presented myself as a beta. A lot of times, too, to get these bitches, present yourself as beta long enough, and then as soon as you fuck, flip. You know? I got to do a show about that, about the flip game. My flip game mean. You know what I'm saying? How many bitches, man, they think you a beta nigga, so she's like, oh, I'm going to get myself into a little cool situation where I can control this nigga, and then you know, nope. Flip on that bitch. And then you could ghost her, you could do whatever the fuck you want. You know, the flip game is crazy. Anyway, yeah, alpha and beta is a really good one. We definitely gotta talk about that. And even with the niggas too, because the niggas are starting to take on these little ad hominems and shit. Look, these niggas are just doing shit just to impress these hoes and shit that be in these little chat rooms and shit. So, you know, that's what that shit is. But yeah, there's hybrid niggas and stuff. And then a lot of the things that they're leaving out of these conversation is attraction and game. Those two things could change the whole dynamic of the alpha and beta. Attraction and game. Women know plenty of alpha males that don't have game, but they're attracted to him. And if he doesn't have the game to take the alley-oop, she would lose attraction. Some of these women encounter betas that aren't attractive, but he has game. So when she listens to his game, he further then convinces this woman that he has attractive qualities about him. Because sometimes his game could be his charm. His game could be his mouthpiece. His game could be, okay, yeah, he's straight, square, but he knows how to dress, Another thing we got to talk about too, that I didn't get a chance to do a show about was, we're gonna bring up the topic of that dude in the bagel shop. Short men game, I guess. Short man's game, like shit. If you're a black man and you're short, I mean, aside from being fat, but even that's not even a bad thing also in the black community, you naturally will have game. You shouldn't have to worry about it at all. That shouldn't get you down, because your woman is fickle. Your woman is, God blessed you to have a woman that is attracted to something as mundane as swag, as swagger, or whatever you want to call it. So if you a short nigga, to remedy you being short, nigga, just learn how to dress. Learn about shoes. Learn about shirts and different. Go learn how to, nigga, go hit up Kevin Samuels. Learn how to dress. Learn how stripes, clothing patterns that got stripes that go up and down will visually make you look a little bit taller than what you actually are. It don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to dress, you can, if you just got swag, you don't even have to have swag. Just dress good. And you gonna get a whole bunch of attention from bitches. And then that's where you can see where your real problem is. Because once you dress good and these broads will start complimenting you on some shit or something like that, then you'll see what your next step is. You'll get the play from the bitches. Then you'll see, okay, what is keeping them, what's, sending them off, So that's what you really want to do. You want to gradually step up. So dress good. Even if you're tall, dress good. She gets to see more of your clothing. What you niggas don't realize is that the short guy gets as much attention as the tall guy. So while you have a woman's attention, it's best that you do something with it. See, a tall guy just fits in her range, in her view and stuff. He takes up more of her view, and he looks greater. He looks like more. You understand what I'm saying? Remember what I tell you what women want. If there's anything you want to learn about a woman, is she wants more. They always want more. There's not going to be a situation where they don't want more. And what happens is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the game is going to be the equalizer. The game is going to be your weapon. You got to learn how to have game first, and then you have to learn how to weaponize your game. See, women are fickle. Women like to play both sides. Both sides is more. Women, especially Western women, American women, has bought into the fool's errand of variety. American women are very much dumb in a lot of cases. They still have to be told everything ain't for everybody type shit. You understand what I'm saying? But she rather be the type to try everything just so she doesn't have any regrets. But they don't take responsibility for a lot of things in their day-to-day life that they don't understand the actual risk versus reward, because they're not looking at it from a logical standpoint. They're looking at it from an emotional standpoint. This is why they get into dumbass situations and relationships and things like that. And they get into repetitive relationships where they're trying to fit a square into a circle slot. And then what they do is they come over to the manosphere and think that they have legible advice. But you don't have legible advice, bitch. You a motherfucking relationship war veteran. And the game that you giving off that you would give to another woman that another woman would take, because women don't know how to take things with a grain of salt. They like to personalize everything. You gonna give people tainted game. You're not gonna give no bitch no real fucking game. You gonna give her tainted game because you don't listen, bitch. You don't listen. What you do is you have a whole bunch of people telling you, yo, this nigga's not for you. You need to move on. You think these niggas is hating. You have a bunch of niggas that told you, yo, why you take him back? That's not a good idea. He wasn't good for you in the first place. Why don't you just let it go and move on? You didn't listen. So your game is going to have a bit of vitriol in it because you've been told the whole time, don't fuck with this person. And you took that and you used that as a form of deception, because a lot of the deception is your gasoline. And you fuck with this nigga because they're saying don't fuck with him. And you took that as, oh man, this nigga's not good for me. You projected this air of dangerousness onto this nigga. So now you think this nigga is dangerous when the whole time he's a fuck nigga. And then you find out later on the nigga's a fuck nigga, and then you want to call yourself thinking that you have relationship experience, man. Y'all go look at the show that I did, man. Take your ass and scroll the fuck down and go look at that show that she thinks she's better than you. The average woman thinks she's better than you. You niggas need to get this game. The average woman believes she's better than you. And not just like a little bit better than you. You know how you can think that you're smarter than somebody, but you're like, man, that person is sharp. That person is smart. Because by the time you think like that, and you're like, damn, this person's sharp, this person's smart, you're going to be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Let me work with this person. Why would I compete with this person? Why would I go against this person? But no, your bitch thinks she's smarter than you. And not by a little bit, but by light years. That she got you beat. That even on paper, you can't even compete. You know what I'm saying? You don't even match up, not even on paper. So what I'm saying to you is that, you know, a lot of what you niggas are going to go through, especially if you guys, you know, are purple pilled, meaning that you have this, and that's another term that we got to go over, is purple pilled. If you purple pilled, that means you got the red pill. That means you understand the blue pill. You haven't yet taken the black pill, because when you overdose on the red pill, you start to take the black pill. And that's a whole nother thing. We're going to go over the pills. So, yeah, they think you should be lucky to have them. Like they really believe in themselves, man. Go look at that show that I did also too, where Auto Chris, you I think you commented on that show, where I did the the dangerous mindset that a lot of darker skinned women get themselves into. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think that, you know what I'm saying, you're lucky to have them. Like, these women self-aggrandize themselves so much to the point that they don't realize that they're narcissists. They're narcissists. You go look at a woman's phone. She has a picture of herself as her background. These motherfuckers be having their name tattooed on them. You know your name? Like, Auto Chris. My real name is Chris. You understand what I'm saying? The name Chris is a name that is projected on your avatar that you answer to as your experience being here on the planet Earth. You go try to tell a bitch that? No, it's not. That's my name. She rocks that name so much to the point that she think that she the first motherfucker walking around with that goddamn name, no matter how much motherfucker she knows with the same exact motherfucking name. I already told you guys, women have an ability to practice confidence in areas where confidence should not need to be practiced. So it kind of makes them overshoot their shot in a lot of cases. And, you know, they just think that you're lucky to have them. Like, what type of value is she bringing to you? Like, what type of value does she put into your life? She thinks about herself 24/7. See, you as a man, you get up, you go to work, you think, you know, what kind of service can I offer the world? What kind of things can I do for other people? They think about themselves, man. They think about themselves. They got a billion pictures of themselves in their phone. Every day they take the same selfie. Go on some of these girls' social media, man. Same bathroom, same everything, just different outfit. Same motherfucking, like, come on, man. Different year, but the same picture over and over. They sit in the sink. Oh, this makes my ass look fat. Their legs be all weird shaped. Their legs be their motherfucking legs be weird shaped and shit. Just to show their ass from the side and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's another show I gotta do. Black women without no ass. A black woman without no ass. That's some real shit right there. That's some of the most saddest shit you ever gonna see coming from a bitch. Black women without no ass. The little like mundane shit they take to heart. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I told y'all on that show with the darker skinned sisters, they play this little pseudo mind game with themselves. And they always want to interject racism and colorism into it. And then they get mad. You know what I'm saying? When somebody doesn't acquiesce to their bullshit. Like them throwing colorism into it is them throwing a stone and then they're hiding their hand. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I want to break down on later on today's show is the tit for tat game. And a lot of you guys don't realize this, but when you argue with women or you're on panels with women, what they do is they play this game where they call you out of your name first. So sometimes if you get the best of them in an argument or you draw a point, they'll say, oh, well, okay, nigga. You know, we use the word nigga for like a term of endearment. Oh, man, that nigga crazy and all this other shit. Nah, that's not how they using it. They call you nigga. This is how they're the right hand of white supremacy. Well, this is my right hand. Anyway. They'll say nigga first. And I've seen dudes do this verbatim. You will recognize that's what they're saying, but you will hesitate to not call her bitch in the next sentence. Even though she was slick and she threw the first stone and called you out your name first, called you a nigga. Some of you niggas don't call them bitches. And that's a bitch test also. That's a really bitch test that goes undetected. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to really like sit back and then call them a bitch right after. You can be like, I like how you called me out. Like acknowledge what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Because she can't defend what she's doing. See, you want to know what's funny? Let me tell you, and let me get y'all a secret to bitch tests before I get up out of here. As men, we're one task minded. Yes, we can multitask. We can do a whole bunch of different things. But we're one task minded. And if you play video games, you'll realize you're one task minded. Like there's like a main mission and then there's like little side missions. But you focus on that main mission. So how a lot of guys are drawn to video games and stuff like that is because they give you a mission, you do the mission, you complete it, on to the next mission. That's how we work. That's how we like stuff. That's how our logic is. It's uniform. We're one task minded. Women are all over the place. So they feel that they gotta defend everything. It's like having a boat with holes in it. You run over to this hole, cover it, another hole shoots up. You run over to this hole, cover it, another hole shoots up. That's exactly how you can bore holes into a woman's game. But you have to understand how to recognize a hole. You have to bring that hole to her attention. So when she says something and she runs over there and covers this hole because she don't care about if she sounds stupid or not. Her thing is to just not be wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Sick of y'all motherfuckers. So what happens is to really pinpoint her game and pass these bitch tests. You see how you're one task minded and you just do things one at a time and stuff like that? You should relax. And just start poking and boring holes into her shit. And how you do that is, how we're one task minded is we get one mission, we finish it, complete, on to the next mission. What women do is they don't judge you. They bitch test, but they don't care about what happens after the bitch test because they don't think a little bit forward. You understand? They don't think a little. They don't think for the future. They think in the moment. So what happens is it's like playing pool. Some people play pools. Some people play pool. Other people play billiards. Be the type of nigga that has the type of game that plays billiards. He thinks 5 steps ahead. So if he's wrong, he can go back 2 or 3 steps and still be right and continue with the rest of his 5 steps. So after you pass a bitch test, you just pass. It doesn't matter if you were an asshole or if you were, tactful, or if you had the gift of gab as to why you pass whatever bitch test she puts you through. There's really nothing after the bitch test. Same thing as guys are one task minded. After you finish your mission, what's next? You understand what I'm saying? So you pass a bitch test. She's like, okay, all right, you pass. Okay, what's next? A lot of times they don't know. So what you do is that they give you a hoop to jump through, and what you do is you take their hoop and put it back on them because they haven't thought about what's going to happen after you pass the bitch test. You just pass the bitch test, And sometimes passing the bitch test could simply be like, man, bitch, shut up. What we about to do right now? I don't know. Yeah, I bet you don't know because this is what we about to do. We're going to go over here and do this. No, I don't want to do that. Well, I don't care what you about to do. I'm about to go over here and do that. Sometimes you want to take these girls out on a date. You want to take them out to go eat. And she's like, okay, well, where are you going to take me? Well, I want to go to Chipotle. I don't like Chipotle. Well, I'm about to go to Chipotle. You can figure out what you want to do or where you want to eat, but I'm going to Chipotle. The bitch could like Chipotle. You don't know if she like Chipotle or not. She probably never ate there. But you make it a point to drive your ass down to that Chipotle, go get your food. You understand what I'm saying? She gonna be standing in line talking about some. Yeah, bitch, you wait. The king eat first. You wait. I told you where I was gonna go. You ain't have to have an attitude and snap at me and tell me where you want to eat or not. So what you gonna do? And if you really want to be an asshole, sit down and eat your food. Well, let me eat this real quick and get my mind right, and then we're gonna go get you your food. You understand what I'm saying? So, you gotta just learn the little nuances when it comes down to dealing with women and stuff like that. But that leads back to their inability to understand what's going on. Like a guy that like I would be called an incel. I get pussy. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get some pussy today. But what I'm saying is that, they will call guys that are on the internet that claim MGTOW that will just call you incel. Just because incel just sounds like a insult. You understand what I'm saying? Incel sounds like an insult, but you're not involuntary celibate. You're not about to go get an AK or an AR-15 and go shoot up a church. You're not about to do none of that dumb shit. And then they believe, like my boy Otto Chris said, that you're lucky to have them, but they really ain't shit. Go to my pimp series, man. On all 3 shows, I broke it down to you, especially that second show. Go listen to that second show where I talked about how women nowadays want to be prostitutes, but they fake ass prostitutes. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Pussy is a business, and if you want to go into business and you want to use your pussy, you need to stop mismanaging your pussy. Go on the Black Avenger. Go look at, dog, I've been putting in work. Go on the Black Avenger. Go look at the shows that I did. The Invisible Trick. He's the one that wins in the long run. The customer wins in the long run. Cause he's not the nigga that's like, damn, man. Cause it be some bad bitches too. And you niggas think you had bad bitches and shit, but she laid up in a hotel letting all these tricks fuck on her. And then you wondering what's wrong with this bitch? Why she not listening to me? Why she not, acquiescing to my leadership and all this other shit? You the one that wanna own the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Well, you should have been like the trick. You should have came in, these fake ass hoes, man. They sitting up here thinking that they living the lifestyle, and they sitting up here doing all this whole shit just to only be a square in the end. You know what I'm saying? Calling you niggas tricks. When in the end, when it come down to the real game, she the motherfucking trick. She the biggest trick. Because she ain't choose up on no goddamn pimping. She don't got no real, whole bones in her body. She's sitting up here doing all this, you know what I'm saying, sucking and fucking and not getting nowhere. And then have the nerve to call you a trick. And have the nerve to look down on another bitch. These bitches aren't always getting paid. These bitches don't know what the fuck going on. These bitches laying up with tricks, trying to start relationship with tricks, trying to flip a trick situation into a sugar daddy situation. These motherfuckers, and then get mad at the trick because the trick don't understand. The trick just think that the bitch like money. The bitch don't like money. She got other shit going on with her. She got you know what I'm saying? Dog, these bitches can't pair bond. You want to know one word you'll never hear come out of a bitch's mouth? Microchimerism. Go look up microchimerism. You know? Go look up how her body absorbs your sperm and other men's sperm and your DNA. And when these bitches die, motherfucking scientists done found traces of niggas' sperm and DNA in their motherfucking brain. Because as a man, you give a woman two seeds. You give her your physical seed and you give her your mental seed. And that's where your philosophy is supposed to kick in. That mental seed, that mentality that you give her, and the mentality that she'll have around you and stuff like that is designed for her to have good suggestions towards you, for her to have good intentions towards you, for her to really understand you, for her to really, absorb who the fuck she dealing with. But you can't tell these hoes how they goddamn pussy work, not even with goddamn science. This bitch own a pussy and think she could be out here fucking like you. Like there's no type of physical repercussion that comes from doing what the fuck you do. She's not you. You have to sit up here and explain to a grown-ass woman that she's not you. Then you gotta sit up here and listen to this bitch tell you how she's smarter than you by eons and light years. But she goes to a school that men institutionalize. She learns logic that men deem her to have. This ain't no feminine logic. She didn't think about this shit. She didn't come up with this shit. Nigga, if that bitch want to build a bridge right now, who the fuck you think she gonna go to get information to go build a goddamn bridge? You think she gonna just her physically seeing a bridge and knowing what a bridge is remnants from effort and work and pain that other men came and put themselves, you know what I'm saying? Other men got up and put in that work for her to even know what the fuck a bridge looked like. These bitches wasn't building bridges. Don't nobody want no pink bridge, bitch. These hoes don't build shit. They don't do shit. Then they got y'all niggas fooled talk about some, well, if you build this utopia for us, we're just gonna naturally come in and acquiesce and all this. No, she gonna take credit for what the fuck you just built and then move the goal line. Because they're never satisfied. If it's one thing I know about bitches is they want what? More. They want more. And more means both. You order food, she orders food, right? Both of y'all get your food. Why the fuck is this bitch fork over on your plate? Why she want to taste what you got on your plate? These bitches don't even know how to date correctly, talking about chivalry and all this other stuff. Bitch, if I go out to the motherfucking Longhorn Steakhouse and I order me a T-bone steak, what the fuck you got doing ordering a damn T-bone steak? These bitches don't know how to properly date. Did you know before a woman goes out with you on a date, she's supposed to have at least a snack or lunch so she can be a little bit modest when she's dating you? They don't have no etiquette or etiquette. Go to a real restaurant and they lay out 3 different forks and shit and 4 different knives in front of y'all. That bitch don't know which one's the salad fork. That bitch don't know which one is the T-bone steak fork. She don't know. She just doesn't know. Go really try to have a conversation with a broad. She don't know how to conversate. She don't know how to talk. She don't know how to really hold a decent conversation. Trust me, I know how to hold a conversation. I've been live for about almost an hour right now. You don't think I know how to hold a conversation in real life? And I know about a whole bunch of different things. I know about an array. I know about a vast array of different things. I could talk to a bitch about even the shit that she's interested in. Maybe even take it to the next level. They're not worried about none of that shit. Another thing is, don't believe. I mean, look, I've met me some very smart women. I've met me some very intelligent, bright, smart women. But you don't got to be intelligent to deal with that bitch. You don't got to be intelligent to deal with this woman. All you got to do is know, let me tell you something. If you don't even have to know female nature. If you know a thing or two about female nature, you can easily rock them into what you know, flip what you know, and that's going to intrigue her, and it'll keep her around for a long time. See, the relationship never ends when a motherfucker's lying. Women love to be lied to. They love to be lied to. Trust me, they like to be lied to. Not saying that gives you the green light to lie to them, but in a lot of cases, they will put themselves in a position to hear a lie. And they don't care if you tell the truth or not because they just want to hear the lie. I sit up here on my show and I tell women truth all the time. They think it's bashing. So you get into a continuity of like, okay, well, you think this is bashing, then why don't I just lie to you then? Oh no, I don't like you to lie to me. That's a hint to just lie to the bitch. She tells you herself to lie to her. You just don't say it. Women like to omit. They like to leave out information. So when you leave out information when speaking to them as a man, because we're used to committing, we commit. Women omit. Because she has to have that cognitive dissonance so she can get the fuck out or pretend like she didn't know what was going on. You know? Like, women have attitudes all the fucking time. But she'll pretend like she didn't. Couple minutes later, couple hours later, like she didn't do all of this irrational shit, and for real, it shouldn't be nothing to you because she done quote unquote forgot. She didn't forget. She know what the fuck she did. But she's on to the next emotion. She's on to the next wave. So in her mind, you're overreacting. The fuck? You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things to be talked about. And honestly, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I know what I mean. And, we're going to get into that, further on, on these shows, man. If you got any questions, you can email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. Or, what you can do is you can, you can definitely, hit me up at Player Talk TV, man. If you guys want to come on the show, if you guys want to collab, if you guys want to do anything, I am open to all of that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to be more interactive with my listeners and my followers. Also, I got to get the other 300 subscribers that I got from my other channel to come over because I stopped doing videos on that channel because the information was so raw. I knew it was going to get flagged down. So I wanted to keep that channel up for different purposes. And that's the channel where I have all of those Nature Boy shows. If you know anything about the Nature Boy series, you should know who the hell I am. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, nor the price of tea in China. But I'm going to play this song again. It's one of my favorite songs. But, you guys keep letting these women mess with y'all gonna ruin your damn brains, man. These women will fuck your brains up trying to fucking understand them. You're not gonna understand them. But once you hear what I'm talking about and just listen to the steps that I have laid out, your life will be a lot easier. Because see, this is the thing, fellas, you know, as I know, this is locker room talk. This is barbershop talk. This is gym talk. You know, if a bitch is doing something out on a date, you don't have to sit up there and tell the bitch. This is one thing I hate, and I did a show about this. You don't have to sit up there and tell the bitch exactly what she's doing. You just use the game. You already know what she's doing, and just give her a smile. You know what I'm saying? You go out on a date with a bitch. She on her phone. You know, when you feel that you got fed up with it, just be like, let me ask you a question. You know, since we're on a date and you're asking questions and shit, you know. Hold on. Yeah, so you be like, you know, hold on. Okay. Hold up. Okay. My bad. I got sent the message. Yeah, you can't take them too seriously. You really can't. So yeah, so let's say you go, yeah, you can't take them seriously because the moment that you do, you lost. They don't take themselves seriously. That's one thing the blue pill guy does. He takes them seriously. You know, what you do is, you know, she's on her phone. Just be like, let me ask you a question. When, you know, people take you out and spend, you know, time with you and stuff like that, are you always on your phone? Or or that's just the way you are? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you always on your phone when people are paying attention to you and you have their undivided attention? Or, you know, and whatever she says after that, that lets you know exactly what you need to know, whether you want to cut the date short or not. I give y'all game. I tell y'all how to really secure the dime. You know, we're gonna go back into my dating series. You know, I teach y'all speed seduction, and I teach y'all how to get these women so fast and so quick that, you know, even you yourself gonna feel like you know this bitch for a long time. That's how quick the seduction happens. Listen, and that's an indicator that your game is working. If you yourself don't feel like you at some point you know that bitch for you know what I'm saying, you because you're gonna meet so many women that's alike. Cutting this on is gonna be actually a piece of cake. It's gonna be easy. You understand what I'm saying? So when you become comfortable around this woman and you build in comfort with this woman, you yourself are gonna go through a phase where you feel like you've known this woman for a long time, but this is a brand new bitch. And that's how you can tell if your game is working. You know what I'm saying? You have to snap yourself out of it and be like, damn, I just met this bitch. Damn, we doing all this other shit. Damn, I'm a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Some bitches are just gonna fuck you anyway, but it's a good thing to brag upon your game when you know you have game. And, you know, I teach y'all the steps, man. We're gonna go over that whole series again where you open, you know what I'm saying? You use your opener. And then after you use your opener, it's called the progression model. After you use your opener, you transition into a normal conversation. After you transition into a normal conversation, you qualify each other. Oh, damn, where do you work? How do you know what I'm saying? So you walk up to a bitch. You can either use a neg. You can open with a neg. Or you can be like, you know, you walk up to her and just be like, you know, that's a beautiful dress. I saw you wearing that yesterday, but I wanted to tell you that you look better in it today. Those are some nice shoes. I saw you wearing it last week, but you know what? You wearing the hell out of them today. I love it. See how you flatter her, but at the same time, it's like an insult. It's an embedded insult. It's called a neg. It's a step forward. It's a step back, but it's a step. But what it does is it DHV. It puts you into a higher. It puts you in a higher position. Like you're doing the judging. You understand what I'm saying? You saw her wearing those shoes last week, but you wanted to talk to her today and tell her that those shoes look good on her today. And then when she feels the effect of that, you can only really use 3 negs. After a while, then she gonna get the hint that you're insulting her. But Once she gets the effect of that, just be like, so where'd you get them? You know what I'm saying? Where'd you get them? Oh, I got them at Payless or somewhere. Okay, yeah, I go to Payless too and get like work shoes and stuff. Payless has some really good work shoes. So I see you a woman that knows a lot about her shoes. You know, where do you work? Now you see how you open, you transition into a conversation. Now you're qualifying each other. And when she starts to qualify you back, those are IOIs, indicator of interest. So she'll push the pieces forward, and then you'll go into the next step, which is attraction. And then when you're attracted to somebody, then the best thing to do now that you guys are attracted to each other is build comfort. You want to do keno. You want to start touching her. You want to move a little bit closer, be in her physical space and stuff like that. You want to have it in her head that you're a touchy feely type of guy. But when you're this blue pill guy and you pulling out chairs and you're throwing your coat over puddles and stuff, and you know what I'm saying, you're opening car doors and stuff like that, you don't get to touch that bitch. Your hands are cold. She doesn't know what your body touch feels like. She doesn't, you know what I'm saying? You have to keno. So once you get past attraction, you start to build comfort. That's where these guys fuck up, because these guys be like, "Damn, shorty, damn, you cute. I just want to get to know you." They're jumping straight into comfort. You don't know this bitch. She don't know you. But if you start a conversation with her and you talk to her and you show her that you guys have a little bit of similarities, she'll start to lower her guard. It's like boxing. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you hit the damn speed bag is not because of your hand and eye coordination, but it's to also keep your arms up. So by the time you want to drop your guard, you drop it right, and your hands are sitting, because your gloves have weights in them, so they sit at the right weight. So what you want her to do, you want her to drop her guard. You know what I'm saying? And there's many different ways to get her to drop her guard. You get a feel for her. You start attracting each other. You make it. You make it. Your conversation is so good. You make her feel like she's the one that's attracting you. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes too, when you're on a date and everything is going good, but you're not about to fuck the girl, just be like, you know what? I'm sorry. I enjoy spending the time with you, but I have to cut this short. I have a friend coming over to cook me some dinner. And I just wanted to let you know I had a really great time with you, and I'm gonna catch up with you a little bit later, or something like that. Just figure out a way to eject yourself from the date. And women aren't stupid. Another nigga ain't about to come over your house and cook you no goddamn food. So she know another bitch gonna be there. Some of you niggas back in the day when these women stood you up and they just stood you up. They didn't call their phone, they not answering and stuff like that. You already dressed to go out on this date and all this other shit, and then she hit you the next day like, damn, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I fell asleep, or my dog died and all this other shit. And you're like, damn, yo, I sat by the phone waiting for you, or damn, I was hitting you up, or damn, I called you and all this other shit. No, you only call that bitch once or twice. And then what you do is you still go out. You know? You still go out. You go holler at some chicks. Nigga, you was going to be out anyway. Go have fun. Hell, put it on your social media so she can see it. You know what I'm saying? Or don't even. Stay in the house, play the Xbox, play the game. All right? Then she hits you up the next day. Damn, I'm sorry I didn't. What did you end up doing? Yeah, a friend came over and cooked me some food. I had a really good night, but I'll talk to you some other time. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be a nigga with some shit going on. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times some bitches, they didn't have anything to do. They went out with the next nigga, or they try to set something up with somebody else and it just didn't fall through, or just genuinely the bitch probably forgot. She didn't care about you enough. She didn't care about you enough to say, hey, look, I'm not coming out tonight. She didn't care about you enough to say, hey, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, if it was a superstar like Lil Wayne or August Alsina or some weird ass nigga that she probably likes that's hung up on her wall on a poster, she would have went out with that nigga. She wouldn't have flaked on him. She not gonna flake on him. So why don't you look at yourself the same way how these dudes look at themselves, man? We got a lot of game to talk about, man. Like I said, you keep trying to chase these bitches, man. They're gonna put you at a mental disadvantage, because You know what I'm saying? Even themselves, they don't know what the fuck they want. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to carry shit, you know? And they have already showed y'all niggas time and time again that they don't have the ability to make a proper sound decision when it comes to choosing niggas. Shit like that. But anyway, man, shout outs to my boy Devin the Dude. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is, man. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm giving y'all that sleazy game rant. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all take these gems, and I want you to wear these gems around your neck like Gucci Mane. You know what I'm saying? Have all these chains, just have it twisted. You know, I want you to be on your Slick Rick shit. I want y'all to take this free jewelry, and I want y'all to have it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, all when you 40 and 50 and 60 and shit like that, man, this game will comfort you. This game will definitely put you in a better headspace when it comes down to, you know, the realness of the situation and what's going on, especially when it comes down to this dating game and applying this game and having these things work out in your favor, because you do get a third eye of game and you do get to understand certain things. You do get to learn what questions to ask women. You do get to, you know, maneuver and not waste, you know, your time when it comes to dealing with women, because, you know, you have women out here that, like my boy Alan Roger and Curry said, you know, they're manipulative. It's late at night. They're manipulative time wasters, and they will waste your time, and they will waste your energy, and they will waste your resources, okay? And you guys are good brothers. You guys are like-minded individuals. So, you know, you guys are good brothers, man. I wouldn't mind giving you this game. But anyway, man, let's get into this mix. It's called Don't You Know. I said Don't You Know. It's called You Know I Want You, for my boy Devin the Dude. I'm about to take my ass to sleep. Listen to the words of this song, okay? Because it will save you from a lot of BS. So, anyway, let's get into it. Devin the Dude. Let's go. He's talking about a girl in the strip club. He said, hopefully I'm the one you choose when you put on your regular shoes, man. Let's get it. Shouts to Devin the Dude, man. Let's get it. Shouts to Auto Chris. Bro, hit me up, man. We got a lot of work to do, man. Let's do this shit, man. It's Player Talk Radio, Player Talk TV.
Bitch, you know I want you. You know it, don't you? So tell me why you keep changing the way you feel about your love. Bitch, you know I need you. I just wanna freak you. Tell me why you keep changing the way you feel about your love. Sexy motherfucker, you need to let me bust another two. When you dance, you put me in a trance. As you dip, my dick is stiff. When you bend, I wanna stick it in. Them ass cheeks twerk left, right, left. Shit, it's hard for me to catch my breath. I wanna grab you by the waist and bend you over, but now it's not that type of place. And yo, there go them loud, they might trip. So I'ma just dip over to the bar and get a couple of drinks to sip and roll me up some weed right there in the corner. And I'll be over there with a boner, cause I wanna put it up on you when you finish with that lap dance right there. Come holler at your boy and bring me a light beer. I'ma twist me a motherfucking sweet so big and let you hit it too as you take a seat on this dick. Because bitch, you know I want you. You know it, don't you? So tell me why you keep changing the way you feel about your love. Bitch, you know I need you. I just wanna freak you. Tell me why you keep changing the way you feel about your love. It's about about damn time. Shit, what took you so long? It's time to grind on mine. You're so fine. I know you're every man's wish up in here. Look at that pretty hair. Look at that dairy air. You know the kick from the snare. You bounce your ass to the beat so perfectly. Thinking of the cash you gon' sweep when you're done. I'm just hoping I'm the one that you choose when you put on your regular shoes. Ooh, where you going, girl? Say you gotta go. Hold up, where you gotta go? Oh, you got another opportunity over there. I see him with his hands in the air, flashing his money everywhere. Oh, you'll be back. Just say you will. My shit is hard as steel, and I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Because did you know I want you? You know it, don't you? So tell me why you keep changing the way you feel about your love. Did you know I need you? I just wanna freak you. Tell me why you keep changing the way you feel about your love. Give it to me, baby. Don't fake, don't. The funk is what I need, and I need it today. But you're making me wait. You over there in your own world, forgetting about me. You even dance for your homegirl. You taking dollar showers. I'm waiting by the hour. I'm getting kinda tired. Get up and walk by you and try to choose anew. But damn, they don't do the moves you do. So I moonwalk back and I look at that crack and that ass so fat. And I like that pussy cat. I wanna smack you real fast and quick and pull out my dick and stick that bitch